What is up? What is up? Yo, what is going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. We halfway through the week. The finish line is in sight. We almost there. We got up in here right now. Said there's one person in here, but I see two commenters. I see Gothic Chick, always happy to see you. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're here. Michael Lamont calling me a potty mouth. I'm guessing this is in reference to that review for Sinners. Marquisha, happy to see you. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. How you doing today? I don't know. I'm always eating. Can't help myself. I hope you guys all enjoy this new, wider shot. I have no idea. You have no idea how much work this took. This whole thing had to get deconstructed and reconstructed in order for this to work like this, but it's done. I thought it would be important to just get a little bit more real estate. Hands-free. No more mic dangling from the bottom. I hope you guys can hear me okay. But yeah, we got a great show tonight. There's going to be a lot of stuff for us to talk about. But thank you all for coming back. Welcome back to the movie blog. If you missed us, I know this is our favorite spot to kick back, talk movies, catch some real reactions, talk a little bit about From. Anyway, like I said, tonight we got a packed show. So let's get into it. But before we start, as usual, look, if you're new here to the movie blog, do me a big favor. Comment, like, subscribe, but drop your city in the comments. You know, I might not be able to hear your voice, but maybe I've been to your town. And this is a great way for us to still connect in a different way. You know, maybe if I've been to your town, we can find streets that we've both familiar with. Maybe you could tell me what's the favorite food in your town. That's one of my favorite things to talk about is food. But do me a favor. Yeah, drop your city in the comments. Smash that like button. Share this stream with your movie-loving friends. So there's a lot of news and a lot of things I want to talk about. I want to talk a little bit about The Last of Us Season 3. Yeah. Last of Us Season 3. We're going to talk a little bit about that Murderbot trailer. Did you guys see Murderbot? I wasn't even really checking for Murderbot, but then I saw the trailer and I'm like, whoa, let's put this on the radar. I finally finished and got my, I had it for a while. I finally finished editing my interview with the members of From. Remember, guys, I spoke with Zach Cherry and Tremel Tillman. So if you guys didn't get an opportunity to see that interview, I'm going to put it up here. We're going to watch it together and you could have some severance conversation while we're all together. I want to talk a little bit about that new Predator movie trailer that dropped today. We didn't even know this movie was coming. An animated Predator movie. You had me at ninjas. An animated Predator movie with ninjas, Vikings. This is just Predators through time, and I'm here for all of this. So we're going to definitely talk about this Predator Killers movie trailer. We're going to talk a little bit about the rumor that Robert Pattinson might be having a part in Dune 3. There's another Final Destination 6 teaser trailer I want to talk about. I want to give my reaction to Sinners in front of everybody. And I want to give you guys my review for the movie The Amateur. Now, I think my reaction published. I did an out-of-theater reaction. If it's not live yet, it'll be live tonight. So keep an eye out for that. It's probably already live on Facebook or TikTok or something. But if you're definitely checking it here on YouTube, it'll be here tonight. But yeah, definitely was good, everybody. Drop your city in the comments. Let's go ahead and get this party started. Who else we got up in here? Happy Wednesday. I'm from vacation. You're on vacation, right? You're on vacation, but doing great. New setup looks great. Thank you, Raleigh. You know, Raleigh is a problem because Raleigh's got it's like low key, comfort food nonstop everywhere in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's let me think. What were the restaurants I went to? I went to this interesting hot dog spot in North Carolina. I wasn't even expecting to really check for a hot dog spot, but it was there. I forget the name of it. It was pink on the outside. It was an interesting little spot. It was delicious too. It's good, everyone. What's going on, Fernando? Appreciate you coming through. Orlando, Florida, representing. Oh, you in the same spot of world as the new Blurred Order. So you guys are definitely enjoying the wonderful Florida weather. We catching up. This morning, all the cherry blossoms in front of my house finally sprouted. So it's like it's looked like I'm walking through an anime every time I go to work. What else we got up in here? Mr. Leo G, appreciate you coming through. Thank you, sir. Thank you. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's get this joint started. What do we got first? I said, oh, word. Yes. Let me start sharing my screen. Now, this one caught me by surprise. But HBO has a tendency to do this. They're renewing shows before they air on television, and The Last of Us is no different. We're now getting this official confirmation that which one? Are you? Where you go? Are you messing with me? There you go. Stop messing with me. But there we go. We got the official confirmation that The Last of Us season 3 is going to be coming live. They dropped this teaser trailer from the official Sony account earlier today. It was also tweeted from the Last of Us account. It was also tweeted from, I think, the Naughty Dog account. They got a few accounts out there on social media, and they made sure that they didn't waste not one of them. So we got official confirmation that The Last of Us season 3 is coming just by the drop of this flare and the text coming up. So here's the thing about The Last of Us. I love The Last of Us. I really, really, really enjoy that story, that world. I played the first game when it came out, like, I don't know, like 13 years, something like that. It's been a long time since the original game came out. And it was one of the hardest games I ever played in my life. Like, I remember getting so mad at that game because I was in that mode, and gamers, sometimes you guys will relate, where I was just putting every game on the hardest setting from the beginning, like just off the rip, just straight into the hardest setting. And I was doing that because I was playing video games so much that I was like, I needed a challenge. It was like you could kind of get into a groove of video games if you play them enough. And I was at that point, and then I got stuck. I ain't gonna tell you where I got stuck, but anybody who played the game knows about the scene where you hanging upside down and you got to shoot zombies with inverted controls. Tell me why it took me like a month to shoot those zombies. Like, I don't even think it was a month in a row. Like, I was playing and then I got mad and I started playing something else. And then like 2 games later, I came back to it and I was like, all right, I can't tell people I got stuck at this part and show my face in public. Like, this is embarrassing. I'm a gamer. I've been playing games since Donkey Kong. Why is this the problem? But yeah, I played the first game. I started playing the second game recently. I started maybe like a month and a half ago, something like that. And I'm not very fast getting through video games, in between watching TV shows and covering them, in between watching 1 or 2 new movies a week and covering that, in between working a day job, being a dad of 2. I only have but so many hours in a day. So it takes me a while to get through games. And I've been making my way through The Last of Us 2. And I got to tell you, I'm excited. I'm excited. I've been trying to beat this game before season 2 drops, but let's be real, that's looking less likely every day. I'm out here getting beat worse than Joel did by the clicker, and I don't know what to do. I guess I was gonna go into the game, the season, knowing what's gonna happen. I don't know how season 2 begins or ends, or where it diverges, or what. But I guess I'm gonna just watch it, try to relate what I know, and then for anything I don't know, we in this together. Now, for anybody who played the game, please don't spoil it. I know a little bit, but don't spoil it for everybody else. I'm still very, very excited. I was wondering, like, I think I told you guys before, sometimes I live stream myself playing the game on Twitch. Would anybody want to see that on YouTube? Like, is that an interest? Do you guys want to see me struggle my way through The Last of Us Part 2 before the season drops? If it is, we can start making this a regular thing. I can figure it out. Get the PS5 hooked up to StreamYard, and we could definitely do this. But let me know if that's even something that you guys enjoy watching. Maybe y'all can help me beat the game, right? But season 2 is gonna be intense from what I've seen, season two, you guys might not be prepared for the mayhem that occurs in season two. You guys know this game has got a reputation. I can't wait to see Ellie and Abby's interactions. And without spoiling, trust me, the audience reactions, they're gonna shift or break the internet. One of the two is gonna happen. This is a show that will be talked about, and it might break the internet. So get ready for all that trending. Get ready for any debates with people about what they wanted to happen and what happened. I'm here for it, but I'm excited. The Last of Us season 3 is coming, and this is the most interesting part because there's no third game. So what is the story? Like, are they going to take part 2 and break it into 2 seasons? Like, what are they planning on doing here? They were able to cover like all of the first game in season 1. So the only thing I can imagine is that they either stretch this out, or the creators, who are also the creators of the show, write something new. And that's exciting. There have been rumors for a while now that there's potential that Naughty Dog might actually start working on a Last of Us Part 3 video game. And I would be here for it. They already unveiled that they have a whole other different game that they're making, and it's getting attention. But a third video game, I think I could sign myself up for it. I really, really enjoy these games. But yeah, this is what is happening. I'm curious what you all think about The Last of Us Season 2 or The Last of Us Season 3. Again, please, spoiler free. If you've played the games, don't really try to spoil what is going to happen in the season to anybody in the comments or to me, right? Because that would really break my heart. Somebody spoils something before I see it. Like, I'm already trying to keep myself prepared by playing the game, and then you guys just drop the comment, I'm be heartbroken. What else are we saying? Fernando, very much looking forward to The Last of Us Season 3. Yeah, that's going to be a hype one. It's going to be a hype. Like I said, let me know if y'all need me to stream it. I'm always ready. It starts here in the UK on Monday. So yeah, I started seeing the reviews come out. Now, I remember you guys were asking me if there was any chance that I might cover the show, like weekly, just coverage. And I don't think there's any point in doing like deep dives. I don't think there's any point to that, but like weekly reactions I could do. Now, I reached out to HBO, went to my good people at HBO, my Ace Boom Booms. I hit them up. I was like, yo, can you get me up in here? And they were like, nah, I can't do it. Like, it's already extended out to as many critics as they wanted to extend it to. So unfortunately, I didn't get the opportunity to see the episodes in advance. Fortunately, we get to watch it together and then react here. So I'm not going to have that preparation time that I always like, kind of like when we were doing Severance. It was a little less polished, but you guys will be able to fumble through this together. That I can promise. That much I can promise. Season 3, you would love to see that? You'd like to see me stream the game? I might be able to do it. I never played or seen the game, but the show is fire. Yo, if you're a gamer, The Last of Us is like, they have games that they call like AAA titles. Some people be like, oh, Call of Duty. No, a AAA title to me is like a top tier Nintendo game, right? When Nintendo drops a Zelda, it's a AAA game. When Hideo Kojima drops a Metal Gear game specifically, it's a AAA game. Not to say that Death Stranding ain't a AAA game. I just don't play it. Metal Gear is my game. The Last of Us, Uncharted, God of War, these are the AAA games. Spider-Man, these are them. If you have not played The Last of Us, it is not a game that's too late to get into. It ages beautifully. Get into it. Get your hands on it. You don't even need the PS5 versions if you want to be frugal. Go ahead, buy the PS4 version, pop that in your PS5, save yourself like $80. The game looks beautiful on PS4. The PS5 version actually feels kind of superfluous when you have the PS4. I'm not getting enough to drop that extra $40, $50 on the PS5 version, personally. I need to play that game. I heard it was brilliant. It is, Mr. Leo G. If you got a PS4, PS5, it is. One of the things that I do is I got one of those controller adapters for my phone. And I have like my old Android phone. I have an old Android phone I keep pretty handy with me. And what I do is I just drop my old Android phone inside the adapter. And now I got me like a little what is it called? PS Portal. Like I could remote into my PS5 from anywhere and start playing that joint. I could play Steam remotely. I'm playing a lot of games in my time with my remote play. So that's definitely how I'm finding time. I hope they change the story a bit. I think a lot of people are hoping they change the story a lot. I think people hoping they change the story a lot, but let's see. They definitely did with season 1 that they just changed the story. I mean, there's so much different about the show from the game. Like I can't see them breaking that trend into season 2. I think that they're very aware of their audience, and they're definitely trying to make sure that my email call me now. See, this is what happened to me. All right, look at that. I don't know. He's calling me now. I may answer him later. I'm not gonna put him up on the mic. Sweet watch along. All right, look, this can happen. This can happen. So maybe we do that on season 1 YouTube algorithms for the story. I'm sorry. Look, if when I start streaming, I'm never going to normally say this, but this is the one time you may not want to watch. But I'm deep in the game at this point. Like if you watch my stream, just be prepared. I'm not starting from the beginning. We're in the middle of the game. I think, I don't know. I've been playing for hours, and I ain't even seen some characters that I heard was coming yet. We'll see. We'll see when we get there. But yeah, let me move on to the next topic. Let's see. Next up, Apple TV dropped the trailer for Murderbot. Murderbot, y'all. Murderbot. So this was really interesting to me because let me pull this up. Let me at least get my images up, right? This one is interesting to me. Let's share this. There we go. Murderbot. So this was a very, 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 very interesting trailer that was recently released by Apple. Now, it looks so slick. It looks so smooth. It's got that Blade Runner vibe going, right? It's got that futuristic, sleek with a bit of grittiness up in it. And I got to tell you, the polish on the show really does look incredible. And shout out to the casting department for the diversity in this. They do have Alexander Skarsgård in there in the starring role, but when you watch the trailer, you're like, oh, this looks cool. This looks good. This looks like, something that looks familiar to me, especially as a New Yorker. Like I get to see like something that feels familiar. Like there's a lot of different looking people over here. And we got Alexander Skarsgård playing this robot who I guess hacks his own programming because like I guess he's getting like misused and abused. And then he just like decides, you know what? I think I just want to kill everybody. And then he's just like, oh, why don't I just hack my own programming? And then he figures out how to do it. And he goes on a spree. And I guess when you watch the trailer, and I'm not going to play the trailer because we don't need those problems no more. But when you guys see the trailer, you get the vibe that I'm describing. One of the cool things that I like is that Apple was kind enough to at least drop some high resolution images to go with the trailer. So this way, it's at least a little bit easier for me to talk about it and for you guys to visualize it. So I definitely recommend if you have like 2-3 minutes free, pull up the Murderbot trailer. It's on YouTube. Take a look at this show. This is one of those shows that I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about doing reaction videos to, because like Apple's usually pretty good with I have a really good relationship with them, so I tend to like usually get my hands on stuff in enough time to do deep dives. I don't think this show will do deep dive territory, maybe, but it's one of those shows that I'm like, all right, I would love to at least be able to watch in advance and cover with you guys like weekly, like in that regard. So we could start talking about The Last of Us and Murderbot when it comes out. So they did give us these high resolution images. They gave us that one. They gave us this one to give us a good idea of the type of character designs and the aesthetics that we're going to see. To me, it looks like a combination of oh man, why am I blanking? Obviously, Foundation. It's got a little bit of Foundation to it, some Blade Runner, maybe a little bit of Star Wars. Um, it's got a lot of that aesthetic that I love to see in the film. The character designs look great. This is the Murderbot when he has his helmet on. See, like, I don't know, is he a soldier? He's bleeding. I don't know what's going on. Look, my guy is looking sick right now. And then you find out that underneath this is the face of Alexander Skarsgård. Now we'll see how long this lasts because we know what happened to the Mandalorian. After a while, they get away with stunt doubles and you don't even see the dude in the suit no more. But we'll see how this works out. I'm very excited to see this series based off of what I saw in the trailer. I'm curious if any of you guys that were able to see the trailer earlier today. If not, I'm definitely going to drop the link in the comments for y'all because y'all definitely deserve to give this y'all time. Let me just grab that link for you as I continue to get notifications about all the prices that are going up on the things that I buy. I'm not going to do that to y'all, but it hurts. Let me see. Where's it at? Oh, Murderbot, right? From Apple. Here we go. Here's the trailer that I'm not going to, but you might be able to hear it. I don't know. Let me drop it in the comments for you all. Boom. Let me see what you all are saying. Fernando said the trailer is fire. Fernando, see, I got a co-sign. Somebody co-signing with me. This trailer is kind of fire. Yes, Gothic chick, Apple is cooking. They back in the kitchen. Like, yeah. Fernando says, I love Blade Runner, so I know I'm going to love this movie. I think it's a series, right? Isn't it a series? Let me just double check my email. It is yeah, it's a series. It's called the Comedic Thriller series. Here, what can I show you? Can I show you a lot? No, I don't know if I can show you a lot, but I can show you a little bit of my email here. All right. See, so here's my little email from the folks at Apple. Let me email. I'll hit you up in a second. Today, Apple TV unveiled the trailer for Murderbot, the highly anticipated comedic thriller series starring and executive produced by Emmy Award winner Alexander Skarsgård and hailing from Academy Award nominees Chris and Paul Weitz. This 10-episode series, 10! This 10-episode series is going to premiere globally on Apple TV Plus with the first 2 episodes on Friday, May 16th. So there's plenty of time for you guys to all get ready. Mark this in your calendars and get ready for this. It says it's going to have new episodes every Friday through July 11th. So this is going into the summer, and I'm kind of okay with this. It's based off of the best-selling Nebula Award, Hugo and Nebula award-winning book series, The Murderbot Diaries. It's a sci-fi thriller comedy about a self-hacking security construct who is horrified by human emotion yet drawn to its vulnerable clients. Played by Skarsgård, Murderbot must hide its free will and complete a dangerous assignment when all it really wants is to be left alone to watch futuristic soap operas and figure out its place in the universe. So that sounds really cool to me. It's from Paramount Television Studios, the Weitz brothers. This is sounding like something that's up my alley. I'm sorry, my email is like there's a lot of chaos in here, but it's organized chaos. Let me get that off the screen. But yeah, I'm very, very, very excited to see this Murderbot show. And I'm curious if this is something after you guys watch it, if it's going to be something that catches your interest. If you guys want me to do coverage on it, but do me a favor, watch the trailer. I'm gonna come back next week and we're gonna revisit this topic next week, see if this is something that's good for us. Yep, Apple's been crushing it. They got it popping like fish grease. Y'all gonna hear me say that for a while. I'm sorry. When y'all see the movie, you're gonna be like, that's why he keeps saying it. Got it popping like fish grease. You'll see. You'll see. I would love live reactions to these shows. Yeah, look, this is happening. This is like already on my radar. As soon as Apple tells me go, I'm gonna go. Alexander was excellent in Nosferatu and the It movies. That's the other Skarsgård. That's Bill Skarsgård. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of Skarsgårds out there. I know. It gets confusing. So when you finally, let me see if I can find a family photo of all of them, because there's a lot of Skarsgårds out there. Like, you ever see, like, they out here like the Wayans. Like, you just never know when another one's gonna pop up. Here we go. Look at this. We got Alexander. That's the one that was Tarzan. He played Tarzan, and he's playing in this movie. Then there's Bill. Bill was the one that was in Boy Kills World, Nosferatu, It. He's got that twitchy, he's got that barbarian. He's got that cool little style where he's able to do these characters. Gustav Skarsgård, Walter Skarsgård, Megan Everett Skarsgård. They just keep going, and like all of them act like all. And you see them in photos sometimes, just like being casual about how all of them is so freaking talented. Like, oh yeah, we just breed talent. All built like Greek gods. Look at this dude, Tarzan. That is an 8-pack. There's 8 abs there. I don't know how he's fit 8 there, but it might be 10. There might be 10. It might be 10. It might be 10. 8 Skarsgård children, all 8 of them. I didn't even know people were still doing that, having 8 kids like that. But at least not unless you're a Romney. But they did it. They did it. Anyway, let me move on, because I could talk about the Skarsgårds for a while. Cool, you're gonna watch the trailer after the show? Bet, do that. Not watching trailers is usually a good thing. Backfired royally with Mickey 17, not the movie I expected at all. Yes. Trailers can be misleading. And that's a little thing in and of itself, because you got to remember, the teams that usually make the trailers are not the same teams that usually make the movies. Sometimes they do, sometimes the directors get involved, but not always the case. And the job of the people who make the trailers is to get you to come see the movie. They don't have to be, it's not their job to accurately reflect the story, though it helps. And if they have a really bad story, maybe they'll just, change it up. It's not the first time I've seen movies where they present to you one movie and then it ends up being something else. But this wasn't like Drive, right? This wasn't like a Nicholas Winding Refn movie where you thought you're going to watch some Fast and Furious and you watching character studies. This ain't that. It's not the movie you expect, but it's still a decent movie. I still give Bong Joon-ho credit for making the movie. I think it could have been better, but I enjoyed a lot of Mickey 17. Being real careful with my words. It's that Viking blood. Funny story. Apparently, I've got Viking in my DNA. Wonder how that got there. Sorry, I got dark humor. Anyway, let's move on. What else we got? Oh, my interview with the dude from Severance. I finally finished the I finally finished the editing for my interview with the actors Tremel Tillman and Zach Cherry for Severance. I know, I messed up. I should have been did that, right? I finally got it. It's ready to go. I figured I'd give it to you guys one more time, the finished copy this time, before giving it to anybody else, like before it even premieres, because like you guys are cool. You guys are here with me. So let's do it.
Hi, my name is Gil Robertson, president of the African American Film Critics Association. Today, we are thrilled to be talking to the lead brothers in the hit Apple TV Plus series Severance.
Thank you, gentlemen, both for showing up promptly and on time on your first day with the Africa group. I would appreciate if you enjoy all questions equally. In Severance, both of your characters embody the tension between being the enforcer of an unyielding system and yearning for genuine human connection, whether it's through handing out brief moments of joy with waffles or struggling with personal family loss. What have you both learned from Mr. Milchick and from Dylan that you carry with you to this day?
Well, that's a great question. You know, I learned that there's so much more to life than just work. You know, I learned the importance of relationships even more so, and the value of having relationships. What we see in season 2, we don't visit Milchick's personal life. We see that, yes, this man rides a motorcycle, he has a leather jacket, he's got some swag, you know, but we don't know what his home life is like. And I imagine, based on what we see from season 1 and season 2, that this is a man that does not have a lot of support or friends, if you will, within Lumen. We see the limited interactions that he has. And so stepping into this world that is very isolated, and even being a part of a culture, an entertainment culture that is very competitive and is always about the next step in achieving and what are you willing to do to get to that next level, it really does press upon me navigating this space of what really is important and how I want to be when it comes to relationships, and what relationships are really important and which ones are okay to let go of.
I think for me, it definitely has made me think a lot about, how much I'm willing to, how I value myself in relationship to my work, in the sense that, I think something that the characters, especially innies, are really trying to establish is that they don't just exist just to do this work, right? And I think even in our world, you can sometimes feel like that. It can feel very just like, you're here to do the job and we don't really care about what else is going on. So it has made me much more willing to kind of speak up for myself. And sometimes it's in small ways where it's like, no, I just need to go to the bathroom right now. I need 5 minutes, just little things like that. But also in bigger ways, in terms of projects that I am just sort of, maybe I'm not interested in doing that because it's not really worth my time, or it's not worth what I'm willing to put into it. So it has definitely made me a lot more thoughtful about how much I'm willing to give myself over to my work.
Thank you so much. Really, really insightful. And congratulations on season 3. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
It happened. I did the thing. You guys, this is all thanks to you. You got to remember that I wasn't checking for Severance for a while. And you guys were like, nah, Anthony, you gotta check this out. Cover this show. You're gonna love it. We want your thoughts on it. I covered Severance because of you, and look at where we got. So just a quick thank you guys for putting me onto this show. Thank you for encouraging me. Thank you for helping me be a little bit open-minded about watching shows that I may not normally check out, because I really love Severance. So yeah, thank you for that. Next topic. What else we got? Who else we got? Oh, that was wonderful. Thank you, Gothic Chick. Appreciate you. Hello, sorry I'm late. Just got out of work. It was a busy day. It is totally okay, Maria Graciela Sayas. I appreciate you coming through. Where are you checking in from? And I hope work wasn't too crazy. Like, you getting off at the right time. I mean, it's quitting time now. It's 5 o'clock. But yeah, let me know, what city are you checking in from? Are you in New York? You in Florida? Where you at? We got some people out here in Orlando. We got some North Carolina people up in here. I'm in, New York, repping it up all day. But where are you checking in from? Jay Kelly, great question, bro. Thank you. Like, thinking about the characters and the actors, I can't help but wonder, is life imitating art, or is art imitating life? Right? When you have Tremel Tillman and you have Zach Cherry join this cast, and you see them like act and perform in circumstances that a lot of people find themselves in, like whether it's with Milchick just being the diligent and supervisor who's just critiqued horribly from his upper management, feeling like he's out of place, but not being able to fully express himself, to Dylan, who's just like comfortable in his work life, but completely uncomfortable in his home life. How does that make a performer reflect? Right? When you live with these characters, you're reading the script and you're sitting there and you're like, man, Dylan's life at home sucks. Does Zach Cherry sit there and be like, I think I'm gonna take my wife out? Right? Like, how do they reflect on these things? So when we have like movies and performances like that, one of the main things I love to learn is what they learned, whether about themselves or how it made them grow, or what they're inspired to do after just the experience. These actors get to have such unique experiences in their lifetimes. Sometimes just once when they get on a show like whatever, and that's their thing. And sometimes multiple times in movies, their perspective has to be wholly unique. I love actors because they're artists and they talk and view the world as artists. They always feel like it's something that is never static and can be changed. It's something that should be studied and then evolved. So I love talking to actors because as an artist and illustrator myself, I feel like there's a connection there that I can tap into. So yeah, thank you so much for pointing out your appreciation for the question. I love interviewing these people. And then of course the challenge of coming up with that question, even if I only get one. Severance is the best show on television. We got a lot of great shows. Especially in 2024. We had Penguin. Oh my gosh, we had Penguin. We had From. We had Vox Machina. Severance is great. Foundation is still out there creeping on us. Like, TV is in a great space right now. TV is in a great space. So we'll see what happens there. You're from Chicago, Illinois. Oh, Chi-Town, the Bean. All right, yeah, I've been to Chicago. Yeah, I never had your deep dish pizza, right? I was going to go get the deep dish pizza. I was like, oh, everybody talks about the pizza here. It's better than New York. New York and Chicago got beef over the pizza. And as soon as I got to Chicago, E-Man was like, don't eat that stuff, man. Nobody eats that stuff but tourists. And he told me to get this thin crust. I forget the name of the place. It might have been like Johnny's or something. Super thin crust pizza. And it was amazing. New York is still better, but it was so good. And I like how you guys have subways there. And the subways, they like allow phone reception underground. That's something we don't have in New York. You hit the subway in New York, in between stations, you are out of, you ain't got no bars, you're not browsing the web. Chicago, boop, 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 works. and it's cheaper than New York subway. But yeah, I love that about Chicago. Even though yes, subways are incredibly deep. Oh my gosh, I felt like I went to the journey to the center of the earth to get down to the train one time. It was like 4 super long escalators. I was like getting claustrophobic the further I went down. I don't know how y'all get used to that. I don't know how y'all get used to that at all. The interview with the Severance cast was fantastic. Thank you. If you want to see more, this was part of the African American Film Critics Association Roundtable series. They have a YouTube channel, AFCA, AAFCA, where we put the whole interview. And I think Eman wasn't in this one, but there's like a few other people in it who are also fans of the show. They ask good questions too. So feel free to check those out if you want to see more from that conversation during the AFCA Roundtable. I got Severance saved. I just need to watch it. Yes. One of the fun things about these shows, and I know you know this, is that enjoying it with everyone weekly, dissecting each episode weekly, and then finding out new information in 7 days. That is definitely one of the biggest parts of the show like this, especially it's got that type of water cooler talk attraction to it, similar to like a Game of Thrones or From. So I definitely recommend trying to watch these shows as they air if you have the opportunity to heighten that enjoyment. You're still going to enjoy it without the community, but it's like one of those things that is really a community show. So I definitely hope that you get a chance to watch it and still join in. They still talk about it. They still doing interviews and stuff. So it's not too late. Imo's Pizza? Was it Imo's Pizza? You're going to make me look up in my Uber Eats the name of the pizza spot. You think Uber Eats keep that history? That would be interesting if they did, right? If it went back like 2 years. Anyway, that's going to be a little side quest I do on my phone. Vox Machina. Vox, Vox. Oh my goodness. Hold on. You watch Invincible. If you like animated fantasy, this is the show for you. The Legend of Vox Machina, the animated series. It is by this crew called Critical Role. So we've got really good long time voice acting like legends in here. We've got Laura Bailey, Travis Willingham, Sam Riegel, Ashley Johnson. Like the cast for Vox Machina, Stack David Tennant. Like they don't slack on the cast for this show, and it's really, really good. I'm not going to go too much into it. It's like if the Guardians of the Galaxy were in medieval fantasy times fighting dragons. Like that's like the quick summary I can give you of this show, but that is way off topic. Brick House pizza is better than deep dish, in my opinion. I think that's what it is, I guess, right? The thin crust, that's like Brick House. I don't know. From is very underrated. More people should be on From. I'm an anime fanatic ever since I saw Akira and DBZ came out back in the day. I'm not a fanatic, but I am loyal to my anime. So this is very anime adjacent. Vox Machina is like as much anime as Invincible is, but it's definitely one of those shows that if you like anime, you like these American style stories with that animation style, you're gonna love this. Have I seen Devil May Cry yet? Nah. And I wasn't intending to. No offense. Like I like anime. I'm loyal to it. I don't watch it as much as I used to. But let me move on to the next topic. Next topic we got here is, speaking of animation. So I was minding my own business, sitting here working on the blog, working on work. And I get this call from E-Man, as he just did not too long ago. And he's like, yo, there's a Predator movie coming out this year. And I was like, yeah, we all know that. We're trying to see what we could do. Can we get some interviews? How are we going to approach covering this movie? He's like, no, another one. And I'm like, what? 2? He's like, yep, there's a new Predator movie coming out, and this one is animated. So this new movie is called Predator, Killer of Killers. I don't even know. YouTube might shut me down for just saying the title, but it's a new animated movie where you get a Hulk-like predator like you see here. And what he was super interested in, and then I became super interested in, is that this is a period piece. This isn't a contemporary story. This is Predator in feudal Japan. Like, my guy is fighting. Hold on. So E-Man was so excited. He posted this one. I ain't even get a chance to post this one. He posted this one. And he put up here, look, let me see if I can zoom in for y'all. So at least resize it some. Here we go. Let me move this out the way. He wrote an article about it, a quick little article. A new anthology-style film will premiere exclusively on Hulu on June 6, 2025. This marks the franchise's boldest move yet, an animated entry that spans centuries and continents, bringing fans a blood-soaked collection of stories about the deadliest warriors in human history. The concept reimagines what a Predator story can be, pushing the iconic alien hunter into new eras and styles of combat. And the trailer is here. It's up on the movieblog.com. I'm not going to play the trailer. I can't. I learned my lesson. I ain't like that no more. I don't even do that no more. I don't even know. I'm almost there with my scrolling through my history. But apparently in this anthology series, we're going to see Predators taking on Vikings. We were just talking about Vikings. We're going to see them take on Vikings, seeking vengeance. So a young Viking raider seeking vengeance guides her young son across a war-torn land drenched in blood and myth. So that's one part of it. And then there's going to be a ninja in feudal Japan. Once loyal to his samurai brother, breaks their bond in a violent succession war. We're also going to see a World War II fighter pilot. A World War II fighter pilot soars into the skies to uncover a mysterious force threatening the Allied cause, only to encounter something far deadlier than expected. Is this it? Lou Malnati's. That's what it is. Lou Malnati's Pizza. Oh my goodness. I went 2 years back into my Uber Eats history, and shout out to Uber Eats for keeping it. But Lou Malnati, M-A-L, M as in Mary, A, L as in Larry, N as in Nancy, A, T as in Tom, I apostrophe S. Lou Malnati's Pizzeria. I got their thin crust cheese pizza. The pizza cost me like $30 for just one pie. And me and my son had to split it, but Lou Malnati's Pizza was the name of the place. But yeah, the Predator is taking on all these enemies across time. We got these beautiful, beautiful screenshots. It says the animated feature is actually going to be directed by the same person who did Prey. Now, Prey is like a movie that low-key snuck on the Hulu and revived the Predator franchise. This was like so good. People were like, why isn't this in theaters? Like, people were like losing their minds as they were discovering this movie on Hulu. And Dan Trachtenberg is now coming back with a follow-up as an animated film. He's got Josh Wasung of The Third Floor serving as co-director. And I love what they're doing here with this animation style. Now, I've noticed a few other projects start to like borrow this style now. I don't know if I can say borrow, right? Because I don't even know if it was invented by this show. But I know this animation style where it's almost like video game polygon, but animation. I saw it in Blue-Eyed Samurai, and I saw Blue-Eyed Samurai use that animation style to perfection. It's the one that I always associate with this style. I see some other people using it. And with differing results. I really like the idea of it being used in a Predator film, and I can't wait to see what type of action that we get between this Predator going against these stone cold killers across the years of or history. A Viking, the ninja, a fighter pilot, and this is the first of the anthology series. I hope this keeps going. Just keep it going. Right? There's no reason that we shouldn't have 5 or 6 movies of Predators just going to war with people throughout time. This should be a no-brainer. Let's see what else we got up here. What are you guys saying? Don't forget, we got that Terminator series last year. We did. Oh my gosh, that Terminator series was so good. Like, I watched it. That was one of the first times I was like ready to give anime another shot in like really trying something new. And it was refreshing. It was so refreshing. I remember thinking it was going to be derivative of stuff that we already saw, and it wasn't far off, but it injected enough new stuff that I felt it felt new. It felt satisfying. It was so good. I really enjoyed that series. Fernando says, this sounds like it's going to be fire. The Predator franchise needed the recent live action movies that have been trash. Did you see Prey? Did you see Prey on Hulu? Prey, Prey. Like Native Americans taking on predators. That was like, they got to jump a predator, and we know these Native Americans know how to throw hands. So I'm like, yo, you got to watch that movie. I don't know. If you didn't see it, I think you should. Let me know if you have seen it and what your thoughts are in the comments. But I thought Prey was a solid entry into the Predator franchise. I think it was at least as good as Alien Romulus. And I got to give Disney credit because they've been doing all right with the Fox IPs that they got a hold of when they bought Fox. So Predator, Terminator, well, no, not Terminator. Was Terminator them? No, Terminator was somebody else. Predator, Alien, they're doing all right over here. They're doing all right. But yeah, Predator, Killer of Killers is actually coming out very, very, very soon. June 6th, just two short months away. They dropped this trailer on us. We didn't even know it was coming. Now, as somebody who's in the press, who's getting these emails like, hey, keep this movie on your radar. Let us know if you're interested. I get these type of emails all the time. Like, hey, let us know if you're interested in covering this. We got nothing on this until today. This was the first time we even heard about this movie, and is when they dropped this trailer. And I got to say, this shit look tight. I can't even front. This joint look tight. It looks so cool. I'm ready for it. Yes, not a predator that is a ninja. Ninjas fighting a predator. Kind of like Kingdom was ninjas to fighting zombies. It was like, what? Yes. What? This sounds awesome. Prey was really good. The actress who played the main character is very underrated. She was also great at Novocaine. I enjoyed her in Novocaine. I didn't recognize her at first, but I really enjoyed her in Novocaine. I pay attention to her a little bit more and I actually look for her. But yes, I agree. Prey is good. I just watched the trailer. Killer of Killers looks good. It looks so good. I have not seen Prey yet, but I'm going to now. Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome. You know, first off, Fernando, Monday at 5, I want your review. I want you to tell me what was the good, what was the bad, and I want you to score this on 1 to 10 for us. We need to know what you thought of this movie. Everybody. He's new to it. He doesn't know anything. It's like watching it for the first time. Come back to us next week. We need your review. Thank you. Let's keep this one going. What else we got tonight? We talked about The Last of Us. We talked about Murderbot. We did the Severance interview. We talked about Predator. Oh, Batman in Dune 3. I mean, Robert Pattinson in Dune 3. Right? I forgot about that. Oh, man. So there's a rumor. That's like, when I say rumor, I mean like rumor, because it's on Deadline. And like, once it's on Deadline, it's almost like inevitable. Like, if they put it out there and it's on Deadline, it's probably a good chance it'll happen. So Deadline posted earlier today that Dune 3 is circling Robert Pattinson to have a role in the film. Tell me that's not exciting, right? Robert Pattinson, Timothée Chalamet, Zendaya, Florence Pugh, Jason Momoa, and more. Yeah. So I went ahead. I was reading through the article. I figured, let me go ahead and review it with all of you guys if you haven't had an opportunity to even hear about this news, and if you just don't know how much I like Dune. One, go back and watch my reviews on Dune. I think I did like 3 video reviews on Dune. That's how much I liked it. I was like, yeah, let me watch it in IMAX. Now I'm going to watch it again in Dolby and review that. Now I'm going to watch it again for the 3rd time and tell people if it still holds up. Like, I was really in the Dune part 2. It was so good. So I'm hyped to see Dune 3, what Denis is going to do with the writing, with the presentation, the storytelling. He's got a really great eye for this world. And I'm really excited to see what he might be able to do with a talent like Robert Pattinson in the mix. Now, let's read on and see what they were saying specifically about Pattinson and his potential to show up in this film. Now, I went ahead and highlighted this. Even as Denis Villeneuve puts the finishing touches on the script for the next installment in the Dune franchise, the director already has his sights set on a new addition to the all-star ensemble. While sources close to the project say no formal offer has been presented, Deadline is hearing is that there is a strong interest in Robert Pattinson joining the cast. Legendary had no comment. Now, again, this movie already has a tight cast, and I thought that was going to be the news, but then they dropped the news and they kind of just like nestled it under the ad. Now, if you scroll down past this, you call me Izzy thing, we've got this here. While confirmed, and I think they meant to say while not confirmed. I think that was a typo. Like they heard the news and was like, we got to get this up immediately. This is breaking. Like Deadline doesn't play around. They publish. They there. So I'm gonna say I think they mean while not confirmed. Sources say Pattinson would play the villain role of Scytale. Now, I don't even know if I'm saying his name right. Scytale? Sky? I don't know. I don't know. But I know better than to just wildly Google on things and just let the internet spoil everything for me. I hate that. So I did a careful Google. And I was able to at least just get a hint of what this character is about without spoiling. Now, I'm going to bring it up for you guys. I'm going to do it so you don't have to, all right? Don't go to the wiki. If you don't know what this story is about, don't Google this character's name. Don't do any of that. Let me guide you. I went here, I did the legwork, and I've got the little bit of detail that we have about the character without spoiling what might happen in Dune 3. Book readers, shush. Scytale was a face dancer of the Bene Tlilax. I gotta stop this. Yo, Dune got some wild name, don't it? Dune got some wild, like tongue twist. Bene Tlilax. And later, so let me start over. Scytale was a face dancer of the Bene Tlilax, and later the youngest Meshik and the last Tlilaxu master, who played a prominent role in major historical events that spanned more than 5,000 years. Now, I can't scroll down anymore. Scroll down, there's spoilers. But we get an idea that this is a very important character. He takes on so many mantles. He's got so many titles. And apparently, he's either alive for 5,000 years or he's part of a sequence of events that spans beginning to end 5,000 years. Now, I know the Dune series is known for just thousands of years, right? If you watch Dune Prophecy on HBO, thousands of years before Paul Atreides. So this story goes on for a while. I'm excited to see what he might do. I'm excited to know what a face dancer is and get my mind out of the gutter. I'm excited to know how to pronounce his name, Scytale, or the Tlilax. I want to know how to pronounce these things properly, so I'm not embarrassing myself on a red carpet like I did with Dune Prophecy. So I'm going to take some time to learn how to pronounce these things before I get invited somewhere and make a fool of myself. But I'm curious if any of you guys are excited without spoiling, right? You guys always make me think like, let me be careful what I ask y'all, because somebody will be like, oh, he wants to know what happened. No, I don't. No, I don't. Be easy. No, I don't. So let's see what you guys are saying in the comments. Let me see. Bat Pats, not Battinson. We moved Bat Pats. Like what? Oh my gosh, this is just so fun. This is just so fun. Fernando said challenge accepted. We'll see you on Monday with homework. Robert has come a long way from the Twilight franchise, hasn't he? Hasn't he? Like a lot of us was like sitting here saying like it was going to be Kristen, and it was Robert. Like, yo, he is him. He is him. He's Batman. He is him. Nah, Robert definitely has come a long way, and he's killing it in all his roles. Like, you know, a lot of people, Harry Potter, whatever. He did a great job in Mickey 17 as a performer. He played 2 roles. That was really, really good. But yeah, they know how to get people in seats. They do. They do. Dune 2 was amazing. Amazing is just feels like an underserving word. There has to be like levels of like spectacular, phenomenal, French, supercalifragilistic. Like it's got to be multi-syllable, multi-hyphenate adjectives to define to talk about Dune. Right? This is what we're doing when we're describing Dune. We're digging in our thesaurus. All right. I think the Dune franchise has become better than Star Wars franchise recently. Agreed. Totally agree with that. I'm not in love with Star Wars. That never happened, honestly. But for those who don't know, I prefer Star Trek. That's me. I like this. I have a lightsaber, but I prefer Star Trek. What else we got going on? The villain name is hard to pronounce. Yeah, what is this? Somebody help. Help. Skytle? He sounds like a Pokemon. What? He is a Messiah character, a bit like Cedric Diggory was without a wand. Ooh. Okay. Okay. I believe they had a face dancer in Dune Prophecy. Maybe. I will admit, Dune Prophecy isn't a show that I like deep dived into. And me and the Blurs got into so many debates about whether or not the show was even good. Like I loved it, and they were like, it's so slow, and I was like, so I'm okay with the pacing. Not everybody was. Google voice it. Dune is historically great. That would be it, right? Let me see if Google could tell me how to pronounce this. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. How to pronounce Sci-T-A-L-E. S-C-Y-T-A-L-E. Let's see. Saituli. 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 Oh, Saituli. Okay. The first syllable is, Seatuli. So the first syllable is pronounced like the word see. Second syllable is pronounced like tau without the W. So C-tol E. C-tol E. C-tol E. C-tol E. Okay. Here we go. C-tol.
My work is easy because I use ClickUp. Here's how I keep track of all my tasks. I start by brain dumping everything I need to get done.
Skittily.
Skittily. They say it way different. Sittily. 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 We got it. Seatily. Seatily. Seatoli. 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 Oh man. You guys are just gonna watch me doing this? I'm sorry. Dune is historically great. I love it. Yes, I remember there's a face dancer in Prophecy. All right, we'll click on it. We could get it to speak. Got it. On today's show, we learned pronunciation and the number 7. Da-na-na-na-na. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I know. I'm aging myself every day. Let's move on. What's the next topic? We talked about Batman and Dune, which I think it would be a great move. Final Destination had the nerve to drop another teaser. Now, bear with me, y'all, because I refuse to watch the trailer. I don't need to. I don't need to watch the trailer. They had me with that first teaser with that broken piece of glass falling into the ice in the kitchen and then going into a smoothie. That's all I needed to see. That was it. But then they decided, you know what? More violence. and they decided to drop this thing. Completely unnecessary. This was completely unnecessary. What? What? Why? The babies. Why did they do that? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. New fear unlocked again. Oh my gosh. I'm going to see this movie. In case there's any question about it, I am absolutely going to see this movie. It releases on May 16th. I hope they let me see it earlier than that. I will be watching Final Destination 6 Bloodlines. But this is what they did. This is what they're putting out there. Some of y'all already saw the full trailer, and you probably already seen this moment. Please, I don't need you to describe to me what's in the trailer. I am sold. I just wanted to share this little piece of moment with you all. If you haven't, if you're still on the fence, if you're like me and you've been traumatized for Final Destination for decades and probably was hiding under a blanket avoiding them until between 3 and 5, they're back. And this is a new me. I'm in a new stage of life. This is new 2025 Tony. I should be able to handle a movie. I ain't scared. I could do this. I believe in me. And I could hear in my head, you done fucked up, right? That's all I hear in my head. Like, I know this is going to go bad, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm so looking forward to it. Oh my gosh. Oh. Teaser is fire. Fernando's like, yo, the teaser is fire, yo. Fernando, I appreciate you coming through. You up in here. You active today. Thank you, Fernando. I appreciate. You know what? You ain't even got a super chat. Hey, I want to let y'all know. Hey, I want to let y'all know. Just want to shout out Fernando real quick. Appreciate you, dude. Who else we got up in here? We got Mr. Leo G. Yeah. That's just bad parenting. Yup. These parents is effing up. Look at these children. Look at these. Here, I'm gonna just play it on mute while we talk through the comments and keep this anxiety going. There's no reason for that. There's no reason for that. This was completely unnecessary. And they already dropped the trailer, so it was just just more violence. That was completely unnecessary. Yes, more trauma. More trauma is incoming. Yes. Horror movies have been making a strong comeback since Terrifier 3. I've been hearing this. Not maybe not with the lady in the yard, the woman in the yard. Maybe not with that one. But for the most part, horror has been back. I even like Barbarian. If you guys saw that on Hulu, Barbarian was cool. It had Bill Skarsgård in it. It. That's the It Skarsgård, if you guys don't remember. Bill is the one with the twitchy eye, and he's dragging children into sewers in movies. But yeah, they have been making a comeback, and I'm okay for it. Now the first few were okay. The situation was plausible. This is just stupid. I don't know if you've noticed, but in 2025, stupid is pretty plausible, right? Think about it for a second. Stupidity is everywhere. We might not like it. We might yell at the younger generations for being so stupid, but they exist. So this is plausible. I could totally see one of these Gen Z parents all right, kids, just go play in the backyard. It's okay. Jump on the trampoline. Dad put everything away. It's fine. I got to scroll through Instagram and take some pictures in the mirror and work on my followers myself. Bad parenting is a thing. Thanks. Appreciate you, Fernando. Yeah. Yeah, you make a good point. We're going through a very stupid period in history. It's not over. It's not over. I don't know. I'm gonna start drinking water. I don't know if I can afford seltzer much longer. Where's this made? In Canada? Cooked. I'm about to start making my own shirts in a second. Where are my t-shirts made? In Taiwan? China? I don't know. I'm about to start making my own. I don't know. Might be save some money. I don't know. No. Okay, I'm not gonna say that joke. That joke was terrible. It was in my head. I'm not gonna say that one. Wildly inappropriate. Thank you, God. Gave me sense not to say that. Thank you. Let me move on to the next topic. What is this? Stupid is cool for the younger generation. Have you heard about the kids' behavior watching Minecraft? Yeah, I heard they're trashing the place. They're like having food fights in Minecraft and stuff. And I'm like, see what I mean? Right? It's pretty dumb. Plausible. Debbie, Ebby, Bo, Bebby, thank you for coming through. Appreciate you. Thank you. You know, you was already here earlier. I know you was probably working, but I saw you in the comments earlier on the other videos. Appreciate you, Debbie, as always. What was my next topic? I done had so much fun talking about this one. I forgot what my next one was. Oh, word. I guess I should talk about this. A lot of people have been asking me about this because I got to check it out. And I figured, let me go ahead and talk to my homies about it. So I had the pleasure of being able to have a viewing of the movie called Sinners. It's from Academy Award recognized director Ryan Coogler, director of such box office hits as Creed, Creed 2, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and he might have ghost directed Creed 3. He might have ghost directed Creed 3. And now he's back with something I haven't seen him work on. An original story, and not just any original story. He decided to leave behind Wakanda, leave behind the boxing mat, and he went diving into this rated R territory. We're having a movie party called Sinners. Now, for those of you who don't know, E-Man from E-Man's Reviews tends to throw watch parties. He'll just buy out an entire movie theater and invite folks to come out to watch the movie with him in Chicago. The watch party is coming for Sinners. Now, I have some rules about what I can say about Sinners. I can't spoil the movie, but I also I'm not yet permitted to critique the movie publicly, right? I can't review it. I can't rate people's performances, things like that. What I can do is I can react to it. So there's a big difference between reviewing something, saying, hey, the acting was good, hey, the acting was bad, versus reacting and saying, this made me feel like XYZ. You know what? Let me switch this up because I have the wrong backdrop. My anxiety is not going away. Let me share this tab instead, right? So I not only had an opportunity to watch the movie, do my out of theater reaction. I actually got to speak with some of the cast of Sinners. Again, shout out to the African American Film Critics. We're right there. African American Film Critics Association. We were able to have round tables. I didn't get to talk to Coogler or Michael B. Jordan. cool kids like E-Man did. Again, you know, got to get my followers up. My followers are not at a point where I can always have access to every talent. But I was able to talk to some really nice people from the movie. I didn't get to talk to Haley Steinfeld. She mysteriously disappeared from our roundtable interview, but was able to do other interviews that day. Just wasn't able to do the African American Film Critic Association interview. But we did get an opportunity to talk to actors Delroy Lindo, Jack O'Connell, what's his name, Prince, the singer, Preacher Boy. I'm like blanking on names again. It's hard to sometimes remember every name from every movie, so forgive me, y'all. Omar Benson and Jamie Lawson. Now, Jamie, the interview is coming. The interview is coming. I don't think I have anything I can show you or give you guys a sneak peek as far as the interview, but it is coming. What I can say is that while I'm waiting for the video, I've been working on writing about it. You know, I still own a blog, even though it's so old fashioned, right? I think I'm starting to get to that point where I'm going to rebrand. Like every time I say the movie blog, everybody's like, oh, what decade is he from? So I think we're going to start to rebrand the platform eventually, and still keep the movie blog, but just present it differently. But yeah, I still blog, still post my stuff. So I did post some really cool stuff that I got from Delroy Lindo on the website, where he was able to share some insight into a few things. He was able to share some insight into his experience with Sinners, how it tied into the Five Bloods. And then he has this moment in the movie where he just casually steals the scene. Like this mofo just loves to do this. He's like such a really good actor, and he constantly brings so much life to these characters that when I'm saying he's stealing the scene, I mean he's blowing everybody out of the water. Like he's just crushing a scene. And he had this really, really powerful moment in the movie. Most I would give is like it's almost a monologue where he's talking, and it's so freaking good. And he was able to talk about it. And I go into a little bit of detail in this article on the movieblog.com. You'll see it right on the top carousel when you go to that website. The Blues is Born in Pain. Now, I'm going to have the video interview coming soon, as well as my video review. I just got to get permission. In the meantime, what I can do is I can share with you guys, if you haven't already seen it, and I think I had it set up as the trailer for this video, but my out-of-theater reaction for the movie Sinners. I think this is why I'm being called Mr. Potty Mouth, but let you guys tell me what you think.
Yo, what's going on? Yeah, Anthony with the Movie Blog. Just real quick, going to do it, give you an out-of-theater reaction for this movie right here, Sinners. Oh my gosh, yo, it's been a long time since I walked out of a movie and I immediately wanted to see it again. Sinners is that movie. Did I enjoy myself? Fuck yeah. Am I cursing? Fuck yeah. That's how good of a time I had. There's so many things to say about this movie, from the costume, the set design, everything is all well put together. There's a lot of hidden symbolism in the movie that is so dense. There's biblical themes, there's musical themes, there's historical themes, there's racial themes. This movie is going to make a lot of people mad. There's going to be a lot of people mad. You got to make sure you go watch this movie with a safe friend. I'm going to tell you, there's a certain type of people who left out of the movie theater first. That being said, is this a movie that I recommend? Fuck yeah. What did I like best about the movie? I think I liked best was the music. The music became a character in and of itself. The acting was on point. Everybody was really delivering their A game. The pacing was a little bit slow at times, but it was almost like it wasn't a bad slow. It's almost like, you know, there's a difference between fucking and a difference between making love. I love this movie. I love that girl. I see this shit again. Forgive me. I know I don't normally get this excited, but I am that excited. Sinners is a movie I want to see again. Or just to get quick heads up, any of you guys who are going to see it, there are two after credit scenes. Make sure you watch it. It does round some stuff out. Is there anything bad about the movie? it's gonna go over people's head. It is a little dense with the story, not in a bad way, because there's so many layers that you always walk away with the movie taking away your own thing from it. But to really interpret all the different layers of storytelling at play here, you're gonna need a friend. You're gonna need a pastor. You're gonna need somebody who understands music. You're gonna need someone who just understands storytelling to really break it down for you. But it is something that you will enjoy regardless. The action is on point. The storytelling is on point. The sound design is on point. This is a movie that has you jumping from the beginning to end. Anyway, I don't know what I'm gonna give this movie, but it's gonna be high. This is the movie to beat this year. Remember when Dune 2 came out early in the year, and this is the movie to beat this year. Good luck, y'all. Anyway, that's all I got for this one. I'm gonna check y'all later. Peace.
All right, just want to give you a little bit of my little out of theater reaction to this one. I really enjoyed the movie, if you couldn't tell. If you're still confused, I really enjoyed myself with this movie. But yeah, this is my little quick out of theater reaction for you all to just kind of get a sense of what I was feeling. Now, I could talk a little bit more about it beyond what we saw in my reaction there. I can even take a couple of questions, but I'm gonna promise you right now, my questions might be a little evasive. I might not be able to answer things specifically, but I can talk about some things. There's a lot of coverage coming for Sinners on the Movie Blog. E-Man actually had the opportunity to talk to Kugler not once, but twice. My man came. You know what? Let me let him announce his stuff. But there's going to be a lot of Sinners coverage on the Movie Blog. Let me see what you guys are saying. Sinners. Yes, Debbie. Yes, Sinners. I think maybe I like it. I don't know. Who knows, right? With me, so hard to read. That's my husband's movie. Yes. Yeah. We've been talking about this. You know, what's interesting is the amount of people who are reaching out to me just from the writing and the coverage that I put out. So I can't put out much. So I'm like, all right, let me figure out how I'm going to put out what I can, because I really like this movie. And when I really like a movie, I want to promote it all the time. I want to constantly do my best to promote it so more people see it. And people have been reaching out. There's like this documentary director who reached out to me, Dolly Lee. There's this aspect of this movie that touches on the Mississippi Delta Chinese community, and like now I got a pen pal there. That's kind of cool. Yeah, it's just surprising who's reaching out to me about this. Can't wait for this movie. Yeah, I think it comes out next week. I think it's next week, right? Next week, I think it comes out. I can't wait for them to tell me when I can publish my review. I'm like frothing at the mouth, ready. He's the modern Spike Lee for the new generation. I think that's safe. Spike is like those are some big shoes to fill. Spike is like he's like one of the most elite directors alive. But yeah, I think he has potential if he's not already there to actually get there. To me, it's like, you know, like Christopher Nolan and the Avatar director, James Cameron. Is Christopher Nolan as good as James Cameron? He's got potential. I mean, he's really, really good. So yeah, I think those are just really, really, you know, it's semantics also. It's also your own taste. I think, you know, my guy Cameron is like, he's probably one of the greatest directors alive today. No, he is one of the greatest directors alive today. It's only because his filmography is so sparse. He'll go like 6-7 years in between movies if he wants, that people can kind of poke holes in that, in my opinion. You got Martin Scorsese putting out movies like every year, even in his 80s. So I understand when people are like, I don't know, Cameron. But I'm like, yo, my guy don't miss. My guy doesn't miss. Cameron is my favorite. Delroy. Yeah, Delroy. Can't wait until you're able to review it. Vampire movies is one of my favorite genre horror films. I've started scripting my review. I got to record it. But yeah, I can't wait to review it too. I'm very excited. MBJ is underrated as an actor. He doesn't get the love he deserves. He crushed it as Killmonger and as Creed. He does. He does crush it in those movies. And he crushes it here because he does something that I don't get to see enough of Michael B. Jordan. And that's stretching his range. You know, sometimes his characters almost seem very adjacent to his actual self. It doesn't always feel like he's stretching his range. And Sinners playing characters that take that live in the 1930s during, you know, Jim Crow is an opportunity for him to stretch himself. You know, I was critical of Will Smith in that movie Emancipation because his performance wasn't what I wanted it to be, but I didn't have that issue with Michael B. Jordan in this setting. So yeah, definitely he deserves credit. Yeah. Popcorn sweet or salted? I prefer sweet. Like I like my popcorn caramel. Salty is fine too. It's getting stuck in my teeth. Top of jalapenos. Is this like the eggs with the Doritos thing that you was talking about? Is this like this? Jalapenos? You know something I had that was really good? Chocolate on top of the popcorn. Like the Hershey's type of chocolate, like melted milk and dark chocolate, like will change your life. You're welcome. You're welcome. Or nacho cheese on your popcorn. Mic drop. Nacho cheese. You're welcome. Oh, did I mention food? Did I? I don't know. Did we talk about food yet? I don't remember. Sinners is my first must watch of the year, and I understand. Well, yes, as it should be. It's also in that space where there's few competition. It's coming out in April. It doesn't have any Marvel movies vying for it. No Jurassic Park movies sitting there competing with it. All that stuff is coming later. So it's coming out at the right time of the year too. So Sinners, yeah. It comes out the 18th. Damn. Yeah, next week, Friday. It feels like forever. When are they gonna let me talk about it? I think Coogler should direct the next Spawn movie. Does he have to? It's hard for me to connect with Spawn. I love Spawn, but it's hard for me to connect with Spawn. I feel like Coogler would almost be overqualified for that. I feel like Spawn should be handled by someone else. Caramel popcorn is underrated. So is chocolate caramel. Mic drop. All right, let me see what else we got to talk about. We talked about Final Destination. We talked about Sinners. I got one more topic. I just got one last topic. Wow. We did everything. I had a bonus topic. I'm gonna just do this. I'm gonna just talk about this quick. I don't even have this in my notes, so we're just gonna wing it. There's a new poster for It, Welcome to Derry. Now, this is coming out on HBO later this year. Our boy Bill Skarsgård is back as Pennywise. I've been looking forward to this movie since it was announced, I think back in 2023. I did some coverage for it on the site. I'm excited. It's going to be a prequel series where we get to see the history of Pennywise, I guess maybe in his human form, or if he was ever human or whatever. We're going to get the history of Pennywise. We're going to get a better idea of this character throughout the ages. So we're going to see how he came to Derry, the origin of all that stuff, and it's coming. It's coming soon. This is being worked on by the It director, the dude who directed The Flash. Yeah, I had to say it like that, right? Like that dude. right? Uh, y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Muschietti. So Muschietti is producing this. He might be directing some of the episodes too. Did such a great job with the It movies. And then The Flash happened. And yeah. But he's back to Derry, working in that space again. And we're going to be able to see what he is able to do with it as a TV show. I'm excited for it. He's bringing the band back together. It's coming out soon. Welcome to Derry, y'all. But yeah, this was just like a little quick thing. I don't even have a little banner for it. I don't know if you guys are interested in the It prequel series. It's not on my radar to do coverage. I wasn't planning on doing weekly coverage of this. I could, but I guess really what it would require is for me to see a trailer, and then I could really make an assessment as to whether or not it's something I'm interested in. But let me know what you guys think. Him doing Spawn sounds great. Why? Why him? I would say who would I say would be better? F. Gary Gray, Antoine Fuqua. Fuqua would be really good as Spawn. Yeah, I could see Fuqua doing it. I think he would be really good on Spawn, actually. Jordan Peele, oh man, get somebody like Jordan Peele who would take the character and make it the horror that we deserve. I think Jordan Peele would be amazing with Spawn. Yeah, actually, he's probably my pick. We also have Albert Hughes out there, right? If you guys don't remember the Hughes brothers, Albert Hughes is one of the best directors that we have out here, who could do this, right? He did the Book of Eli, he did Alpha, he worked on Menace to Society, Dead Presidents. Like, this guy has been around and would absolutely crush it with Spawn. So when I think about like Ryan Coogler, he is a good director, but he isn't giving me. He's got more story than action, and I feel like Spawn is almost more action than story. Not to say that there isn't a great premise there, but it is very much a film or a character that people get attracted to seeing his fantastical feats with his powers. I don't think there's anything intrinsic to his story that gravitates people, right? Like he's basically Ghost Rider, right? He sold his soul to a devil in order to get superpowers, right? So he's basically Ghost Rider in a different form, and Venom in one. So yeah, I think it would be better suited to directors like a Fuqua or Albert Hughes to see, or Jordan Peele, to see them bring the action and the horror elements to life. How long until their streaming date for Sinners? Disney Films will suffer. Warner Brothers has been pretty good, so I'm assuming that they're going to give this movie at least a solid 45-day window. This is not with Disney for whatever reason. Like that was something me and Email was talking about. I was like, why is this movie coming out with Warner? Like he shouted out Warner Brothers, Ryan Coogler, in one of his interviews, and I was just like, I'm very surprised this isn't under Fox. I'm sorry, 20th Century Studios. This is under Warner Brothers. Okay, they letting directors just move. Okay, that's what I mean. Sure, if you want to, if you don't want to invest in it, you don't have to. It only made y'all like a couple $1 billion. Whatever. Is Stephen King involved? I don't know. That's a good question. Is Stephen King involved in Stephen King, welcome to Derry? That's a good question. I don't know. And there's nothing that stands out with the initial results that says he is. So I'm going to lean toward maybe, but probably not. Disagree. Guillermo del Toro for Spawn. Yeah, I could rock with that. Guillermo would crush Spawn. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. What else did I have for you all tonight? I had one more topic, right? Where'd it go? Too many windows open. Oh, all right. So I think we've talked about Sinners a little bit. You guys saw my out of theater reaction. Let me go ahead and talk about The Amateur. Where are my notes on this? There we go. You guys ready? Y'all ready for me to talk about The Amateur? Oh, let me get this up, right? The Amateur, and we can do this. All right, so let's get into it. You ever wonder what happens when the quiet dude at the CIA, you know, the guy with zero field training, it's more into decrypting files than dodging bullets. What if he ever decides to just go full Liam Neeson? That's The Amateur. Rami Malek goes rogue, and y'all, he does it with absolutely no finesse. And somehow that's the point. Let's talk about it. Now, Charlie Heller, played by Rami Malek, is a decoder. He's a decoder for the Central Intelligence Agency, the CIA. He's not a spy. He's not a fighter. He's just a guy with a badge and a key card. But his life gets turned upside down when his wife, Sarah, played by the always brilliant Rachel Brosnahan, is killed in a London terrorist attack. The agency he works for, they basically just shrug and move on. So Charlie's like, yo, bet. This man decides to go DIY justice. No weapons training, no spy gadgets, just grief, trauma, and an insane amount of smarts. He ain't Jason Bourne. He's more like Jason Boring turned terrifying. Now, Rami Malek is giving peak awkward genius energy. Think Mr. Robot, but with more emotional instability and way fewer hoodie changes. His performance, raw, vulnerable. You believe that this man is unraveling. You also believe he might accidentally hack your phone if you piss him off. Now, Rachel Brosnahan is bringing warmth and purpose to Sarah. She's a climate activist whose death isn't just a plot point, it's the movie's heartbeat. Their love, subtle, it's mundane, it's boring. But that's what makes losing it hit so damn hard. You lose your best friend. You lose those quiet moments. Brings a tear to your eye, almost like Up. Then you have Caitriona Balfe as Inquilin, a hacker, a loner, and Charlie's digital ride or die. Their chemistry is like watching two broken clocks try to sync. It's clumsy, but it's somehow perfect. And Lawrence Fishburne, he's out here playing a CIA field instructor with that I'm too old for this covert ops nonsense vibe, but he still manages to steal every scene. Now, director James Hawes doesn't turn this into a slick action flick, right? There's no dramatic glow-ups. There's no sudden ninja training montages. Charlie doesn't become James Bond. He becomes resourceful. And that's a hell of a lot more relatable. We've seen enough super soldier flicks. What we haven't seen is a nerdy analyst using code, grief, and Google Translate to dismantle international terror sales. Now, the cinematography is low-key stunning, right? From foggy London to sun-baked Istanbul, every frame feels like it's soaked in tension and drama. The camera follows emotion, not just explosions. And yes, they actually shut down St. Pancras Station to shoot this thing. So if your Eurostar got delayed last year, blame Rami. Worth it. Now, The Amateur isn't just about flashy action. It's about grief. It's about rage and a man realizing he can't sit in the basement anymore. It's slow burn emotional espionage with just enough bullets to keep your heart rate up. Now, Malik delivers a performance that's sharp, messy, and human. The movie asks, how far would you go for the person you love? And what would it cost you? I'm giving The Amateur a lot of emotionally wrecked CIA cards. It's cerebral, it's tragic, it's got Fishburne. What more do you need? If this review cracked your code, do me a favor, hit that like button like it owes you back pay. Drop a comment if you survived spy school, and don't forget to subscribe for more movie reviews that hit harder than CIA red tape. Now, as far as what my final score is for this movie, I actually did a written review on the movie blog. So let me just go ahead and share it over here. Pull you down, pull you up. I did a review, and I gave this a solid 7.7 out of 10. This movie surprised me. I wasn't expecting it to be this solid, but I can't tell you the last time I had this much fun watching Jason Bourne movie without Jason Bourne. It was so good. If you're into just saying, hey, I've seen this movie a million times. Didn't Gene Hackman do this? Didn't, Hugh Jackman do this? Didn't so many other actors do this thing where they're running and it's a cat and mouse movie? Yes, you can rewatch those movies as much as you want. But if you're into watching a retelling or modernization or just the same old story but a new coat of paint, this is the movie for you. But yeah, I absolutely adored The Amateur. I really, really, really enjoyed this movie. I think you guys will enjoy it too. But let me know if this was even something that you were checking for. This movie comes out Friday, y'all. It comes out this Friday, 2 days. So I know while we're waiting for Sinners to release next week, you got a whole nother movie right here waiting. Do it. The weather's getting nice. The cherry blossoms are blossoming. Go outside and go inside and watch this movie for 2 hours. But yeah, let me see what you guys are saying. Hold on. I've seen this film. You seen this film? You was at the screening? You a critic? But seriously, though, I am from the 9th Ward in New Orleans. I'm not afraid of anything in the world except Maine, thanks to Stephen King. Nobody should go there. Nobody. And From is telling us not to go there neither. There's nothing in Maine. Get your lobster from other states like everybody else. Go down to New Hampshire. No, not New Hampshire. Rhode Island. Go get your lobster from Rhode Island like the rest of us. What's a film without a montage? Just a movie. Oh, I give this thing a watch along with The Accountant 2. Yeah, The Accountant 2 is coming. I've been sitting here on the side, on the fence as to whether or not I was going to put in how much effort I was going to go in to see that movie. But The Accountant 2 is coming, and The Amateur is a great way to bide your time until then. Marquisha's giving me hearts. No, it's a remake of the 1981 film of the same name. So, The Amateur, maybe? I don't know. I didn't see the original one. This one's cool. I should have saw the original one, but you know why? Because it was 2 years before I was born. But I didn't see the original one, but I like this one. I'm not one of those types that's like, oh, if it's a remake, I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing it, right? One of my favorite remakes, Al Pacino's Scarface. I'm not going to sit there and miss out on that. Anyway, that's all I had for this one. Were there any other topics? Was there anything else that we wanted to talk about before I disappear? Let me see. I think I covered everything. I think I did. I mean, we talked about a lot. We talked about a whole lot, right? We talked about obviously the Amateur. We talked about Sinners. We talked about Final Destination. We talked about Dune 3. We talked about Predator, Killer of Killers. We talked about Severance with my interview with Tramel Tillman and Zach Cherry. We talked about Murderbot. If you guys don't forget to go watch the Murderbot trailer, because this one looks like it's probably going to get covered. We saw that Last of Us got renewed for season 3. There's a lot that we talked about tonight. But anyway, I think that's all I have for this one. Look, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all for riding with me and being patient with me. I know we got to get back to our regular Monday night movies. I might, again, work on rebranding the movie blog. I might rebrand the name of the live stream. And I think I'm going to lean towards, I think I have a name in mind. But you got some of you long-term fans won't be surprised. But yeah, thank you all. I really appreciate it. What are you saying, Fernando? This is going to be fire. He's really good in the Robot TV series. Yeah, he was great at Mr. Robot. This was a fire stream. You created it today, sir, as always. Yeah, all this news is breaking today, so I had to. It is effort to get this stuff together. So I appreciate you noticing, and I appreciate you coming through, Fernando, as always. Thank you, as always. I really appreciate you all. Love y'all. See you again on Monday. Until next time, I'm going to check you all later. Peace.